Hello, how are you? In this video we will see does the sitcom, Big Bang Theory, anger actual physicists? And I welcome you to the question answer channel. Today Maryse Lapierre-Landry, Max Sherrill, Victor T. Toth and Richard Mueller are going to present their answers to us. Let's see Maryse Lapierre-Landry's first answer.
I'm incapable of watching The Big Bang Theory. It just reminds me of some people I have actually met in physics departments. I usually say, Sheldon wouldn't be funny if he were a real person. I have met real-life Sheldons. They are not funny, they are infuriating. The stereotypes that are depicted in The Big Bang Theory don't actually apply to most real-life physicists. But when they do apply, in a class, in a seminar, in a lab, it's not funny. Those people and those situations are not funny. There was this young professor in this prestigious physics department and I was a 16-year-old high schooler doing research over the summer. And when I would be performing experiments, all by myself, on a different university campus, on a Sunday morning, this real-life Sheldon would show up and make a comment out loud about how, this really isn't the way to prepare those samples. I wonder why your advisor let you use this technique. And then he would chuckle to himself and walk away rolling his eyes. That wasn't funny, and it would still not be funny if there was a laugh track coming with it. Another running joke in The Big Bang Theory is how most of the male characters are sexist and or misogynist and or cannot interact with women like they are normal human beings worthy of respect, and again, that is supposed to be funny. We know it's like a second-degree joke, and we are kind of making fun of those really awkward guys. But still, it's supposed to be a thing that physicists do, and it's supposed to be funny. Again, that has happened to me, in real life. A professor or a grad student that speaks to you like a child because you're a girl, or assumes that you're in the wrong lecture hall because this is a physics course, not a biology course, that's across the hallway. And then I'm at the gym and on the TV right in front of me there's The Big Bang Theory playing and Sheldon talks to this very smart, very articulate woman while eating his lunch at the cafeteria, and he, baby, talks to her, as if she couldn't read or understand 3-syllable words, let alone understand any physics. Cue laugh track, asterisk. The Big Bang Theory angers me, not because the physics is accurate or not, but because the behavior of the characters wasn't funny when I actually encountered it in real life, in a real physics department. And I did encounter it, many times. Physicists are dorks with no emotional intelligence, ha ha ha, hilarious. Imagine having to do a term project with one of them. Even worse, imagine if they were your advisor or your departmental chair. Ha ha ha.
What do you think? We will continue with Max Sherrill's answer.
First I'll answer your question, then I'll just make some comments. All the physicists that I know, which is at least a dozen, with more than half of them being women, think the show is hilarious. The show may anger some, I don't know every physicist on the planet. But I can say that the ones I do know aren't angered by it at all. The people saying the guys on the show never saw the consequences, never watched more than 1 or 2 shows. What makes the show funny is that they don't even realize that they asterisk are the joke. It also shows how the women in their lives make them better men. They grow as the show progresses. On many shows, the guys are shown up, made fun of, and out laughed at for the stupid things they say and do. And many times they see consequences to their actions or words. They grow before they get the girl. Please watch more than 1 or 2 episodes before you talk about what you haven't seen, just because you didn't bother to watch it. Frasier was bland and unfunny IMO, as was Seinfeld, and I like Seinfeld stand UP. But to those that find those shows funny, more power to ya, I wish I could enjoy them. Speaking of stand-up, the people below that are doing all the complaining must have never enjoyed any stand-up routines, because all stand-up is filled with insults to all different kinds of sexes, colors, religions, etc. I would bet that a lot of people that complain about TBBT haven't even watched 1 episode, they just saw an advertisement or 2 and decided they didn't like it, without even seeing 1 episode. You know, like the people that will say, I hate cauliflower, even though they have never even tried it. A lot of people just need to chill out. I lol at the show, and I am a woman that has seen a lot of discrimination, especially because I am a heavy-set woman. I laugh because I get the joke. I wonder how many of the people that are doing all the complaining below, laugh at fat jokes, or even make fun of heavy-set people themselves. Probably about half, maybe more. If you have ever laughed at a fat joke, you need to get off your high horse.
We can continue with Victor T. Toth's answer.
I admit I like the show, laugh track, stereotypes and all. For many years, my wife, physicist by training, and I avoided it. We knew about it, but we were annoyed by the title, annoyed by the very idea of stereotyping scientists in such a blatant manner. Then one day, a scientist colleague sent me a clip from the show, in which Leonard and Leslie argue over string theory versus loop quantum gravity. It was delightful, so we started watching the show, and we found that despite the laugh track, despite the stereotypes, we actually find the show quite enjoyable. Good comedy is like a warped mirror. It exaggerates. I can see how it can irritate people, and exaggeration alone does not good comedy make. But for us, TBBT has that spark that makes it genuinely funny. Not always, to be sure, but often enough to make the episodes worth watching. And yes, I do wonder why. Perhaps because while the show has its fair share of racism and misogyny, ultimately it mocks racism and misogyny, it doesn't advocate them. Or perhaps it is the fact that even as it blatantly stereotypes scientists, the fact that the science presented in the show actually makes sense. The equations on the whiteboard, far more often than not, are recognizable and legitimate, shows that the show actually respects science, more than even some well-respected documentaries that peddle pseudoscience. Well, whatever the reason, we always look forward to new episodes.
The next answer is from Richard Mueller.
Spoiler, if you enjoy the series, don't read below. I can't stand watching any program that has a laugh track. I watched a bit of Big Bang Theory, and a little maybe even mildly amusing comment by one of the characters results in a roar of laughter in the background. It's not even a studio audience, it is a laugh machine operated by a technician. My favorite comedy series is Silicon Valley. Yes, I know a lot about venture capital investing, just as I do about physics. But in the Silicon Valley series it is me roaring in laughter as joke after joke, idea after idea, are spot on. The laughing is not coming from a machine.
The video is over. Thank you for staying until the end. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it more, you can subscribe and leave a like on this video. The video is over. You can continue discussing this question in the comments, or find another question that interests you. See you next time.